Welcome to OpenText Summit 2023, or as we referred to it earlier, Business 2030. There's a lot we're going to share with you this morning, but I want to just tee it up with a couple of thoughts because it's imperative as we get into the structure and how we're going to be conversing and engaging with one another this morning, we understand what we're going to be going through. There are three things that are getting me excited, or that have got me excited about this particular conference. The first one is that in this room this morning, not only do we have a lot of international customers and guests that are with us in this room today, we had earlier Botswana, Namibia, we had people from Dubai and all over the place, and some colleagues from from outside. But in particular, we've got colleagues who are from our former Micro Focus, or always we call it Micro Focus Heritage Micro Focus business, who are part of our team this morning. And I'd like to make sure that our colleagues and customers, let's give them a warm welcome. The second thing that makes me excited is because when I was in this conference about a year ago, I was only about a week or so in OpenText and standing in front of a crowd which is probably twice as big as, it was slightly smaller than this crowd here, and looking at this crowd and looking at the attendance in the booth outside, they are double what they were last year, which effectively tells me that as an organization from an Africa perspective, we're growing. And I think that's incredible news to be sharing with you. But last point, I want to just say a couple of key things, or key themes that you're going to see as we go through our conversations today. Firstly, you're going to see how we are actually embracing cloud or transforming our business as OpenText into a cloud business. There's going to be a great deal of discussions and conversations relating to that topic, and you'll understand how we can engage and work with you around the aspects of transformative agenda from a cloud perspective. The second thing that you're going to see from a theme perspective, which will be permeating through all the presentations, is how we are integrating AI into our products and technologies. This is fundamental because a great deal of you as customers use this technology, and we want you to leverage our platform and technologies to advance your business in terms of futuristic aspects of it. And I think Suren will touch a great deal on that as Aki has already illustrated. The third point is you're going to see how we're engaging with customers, assisting them to deliver their solutions, as well as build skills in their ecosystems to ensure that they become successful and deploy our technologies across the board. And the last point, which I want to just leave with you, you will see are customers sharing their experiences, customer testimonials of how they are leveraging our technology and using it effectively to transform their own businesses. This is profound for me. Why? Because we're seeing a great deal of that from a conversation standpoint that we're delivering or we're engaging with our customers on, and they are moving in leaps and bounds in terms of transforming their businesses and delivering value. So with that in mind, I think I would want you to welcome you again, as I said, but please engage us and engage many of our speakers as you'll be engaging with them during the course of the morning. But as the saying goes, we'll be here for the morning and we'll be engaging with you and having fun. Thank you. Thank you, Aki.
Tshepa. Thank you.
And welcome to OpenText Summit 2023, or as we refer.
Let's get straight into it, right? Because I think we are all together here in the room because OpenText acquired early in the year Micro Focus. So we doubled the company together with that. We doubled the number of employees we have. We doubled the number of revenue we have. And I would like to give you an understanding what that all means to us. And I think we will continue to discuss it throughout the whole day. But let's jump straight into some numbers. Yeah. So as sales, we anyhow love always some numbers. So first of all, we are now $6 billion big in revenue. So that's pretty impressive, right? Because we are now one of the top 10 software companies around this planet. So when we are planning to make a difference to all of your life and all of your businesses. But I think let's get maybe a little bit back into the history. Yeah? Let me walk 5 years back in our history. 5 years back, we have generated just $3 billion. Yeah, so only $3 billion compared to now 6. So let me walk another 5 years back in that history. And at that point in time, we generated just 1.3 or 1.5 billion right? And funny enough, almost around the same point in time, we have opened our office here in South Africa. Yeah, so almost at the same point in time. But look, that's not the end. That's just the beginning. Yeah, so because we plan to double the company again. Yeah? So we told already the market that over the next 7 years or whatever, so we want to bring the revenue from $6 billion up to 12. Yeah? So let's walk together into the future. So maybe in 5 years from now, maybe the revenue is already somewhere around 7.5 or maybe 8, whatever. Yeah? So when we plan to be sooner or later on $12 billion. So that is exactly what we want to do all together with you. So now, let's start with a short quiz. And I'm not so sure if you were listening or reading exactly what was on that slide. Who in that room can answer that question? When did we open our office? 2010. Here is one correct answer. Do we have another correct answer? I'm not sure. But he won definitely already an award, yeah? So that means hand it over to him. So thank you very much. That was pretty quick. So let's move forward, yeah, because what I think maybe one advantage as well, yeah, by running, let's say, a business in 100 countries is you get, in a sense, a global view, yeah, so what's going on in the world. So, and let me share, first of all, the list of customers we already have here in South Africa. So OpenText is strong in all kinds of industries, yeah, only to call out some of them, obviously in the banking space, in the oil and gas space, in the public sector space or government space, retail and telco. So these are our strongest industry. And here's only a list of some customers we have here in South Africa, right? And many of them are already here in the room. And funny enough, many of them are shared customers between from what we have just recently acquired from Micro Focus and also originally from OpenText. Now we will bring that all together and we will bring a value into all what you're using by combining that portfolio. So that's seriously our plan. So where are we now on the global level? So what is going to happen at the moment economically on the global level? And I think that is true for all of us. So first of all, at the moment, I think in 2023, everybody is suffering, right? Because the economy is not really the best. Yeah? So we are suffering all together in Germany, in Europe, in Africa, in South Africa, everywhere. So but that is going to change already. Yeah? So because we know already that the inflation is coming down, we know that the interest rates are now on their peak. Yeah? Europe is recovering slower than the US. Yeah? And funny enough, yeah, if you take a view on the whole of the globe, Africa is technically outperforming the rest of the world. And let me put a very bold statement from my personal view into the room. The whole world is heavily dependent on Africa, right? You cannot buy a single solar panel, from my perspective, without Africa. You cannot drive any electric car, a Tesla or any other, without Africa. So the whole world, especially now in the current crisis between Ukraine and Russia, is heavily dependent on Africa. And I'm pretty sure that is not going to change over the next decade. So that will stay the case. And I think that we in South Africa, with our business, your business, whatever, and I think we will benefit from it in a way. So what else? I think what I would like to share with you as well is what is at the moment on the top list of the agenda of the CIOs. So on the very top of that list is cybersecurity, right? Because, I don't know, we are all trying to be somehow in the internet, yeah, we are connected, whatever, so, and we are a target of cybercrimes. That's why it is a topic. The second thing is, we are trying to build out a digital business model. Everybody. So if you're a government organization, then maybe it is not really called a business model, but maybe you want to serve your citizens in a country in a digital way, yeah, so in a better way. Yeah, not simply in a digital way, in a better way by using digital technology. So that is as well an agenda point. And yes, of course, IT ops to manage all the applications, yeah, to keep them up and running, yeah, and to have maybe limit the amount of plant maintenance is as well a topic. And these are only the top three on the agenda. Yeah. So and I think that makes sense, right? So what do I want to talk about today? So from my perspective, everybody's at the moment talking about artificial intelligence. Everybody is talking about ChatGPT. Yeah, and everybody is talking about what does that mean to my life? What does it mean to my business and all of that? And I strongly believe that artificial intelligence, generative AI, will change our entire life. It will drive the GDP of all countries over the next decade at least. It is, from my perspective, similar to the announcement or the keynote presentation from Steve Jobs in 2007 when he jumped on stage and introduced, first time ever, the first iPhone. So at that point in time, no one could really imagine what that means, yeah, and how it really has changed all our life. It was really, really, really disrupting. And ChatGPT is of the same scale. So because now, in these days, I can run my business simply on an iPhone. Yeah, everything what I need to do on a day-to-day basis can be done on an iPhone. That's amazing. So, and I think that ChatGPT or artificial intelligence in general, so is basically game changer. So it's a game changer for all of us. So, and that's only one topic, but there is another topic as well on that list. And the other topic is, and that is a statement, let me put it into the room and then let's discuss it. We are all software companies. So now, yesterday night, I met some customers. There was a CIO on the table from a chemical company. Maybe he would say, yeah, but Harry, I'm not really a software company, right? I'm in the chemical business, and that's definitely not true. Look, I doubt on that, right? Because look, everybody, I would assume, has at the moment an engagement with a system integrator, and they have developers in the company to do something. Yeah, to change maybe the way how you are running your business. So you're running your business definitely on a software application, and you are customizing it to be better than your competitor in the market. You are doing all of that. Even a government organization is doing it, right? So because you want to serve your citizens in a better way. So that means that it's all based on software. So why is that important? Because if you are a software company, then you need to get, in a way, used to behave like a software company, right? And I think that makes really a tremendous change in what we need to do as organization and what the IT or CDOs of this world need to do. So another thing is, due to the fact that we are maybe all software companies, we are all a target of cybercrime. Each single company or government organization in this room is a potential target of cybercrime. And that's a serious threat. And it's increasing, yeah, because for some people on, let's say, on the other side of the table, it's a business model, yeah, and we need to be clear on that. For them, it's a business model to pull money out of the organization, out of the, out of the government, out of the company, and all of that. So that means that will stay a certain threat for all of us. So, but there is as well something else. Another element of that is that I think all organizations on this planet need to get used to the point that we need to change and to adapt quicker to all kind of changes in crisis. I would assume that no one here in the room has really predicted COVID. No one. No one in this room, I would assume, has predicted that Russia will walk into Ukraine. No one. So now the next question is, what is the next crisis, or what is the next big change around the corner? We don't know. It could hit us potentially already tomorrow. But I think we need to build organizations which are agile, which are used to change, which are resilient, yeah, so that we can really adapt to all the upcoming changes. And I think that is easier if you are using technology to do so, right? So that means we have 4 fundamental areas which will change the way how companies or government organizations are working. So, and all of them have more or less the same priority, right? Because we need to change the way how we are working. So, and OpenText, in that combined portfolio now, with all what we have acquired, want to help you guys to address all of them. So that is definitely our ambition, our vision for Business 2030. So now, what does that mean now in detail? So first of all, I would assume that everybody here in the room, as long as it is not really a prospect without using anything of us, so is using some of our technology. Yeah, so we have many customers in South Africa using our content technology. We have many customers like Vodacom, for instance, using our cybersecurity stuff. We have business network experience, yeah, so we have IT ops, we have artificial intelligence already coming. So, and we have definitely DevOps and all of that. So that means we will bring the entire portfolio now cloud ready to the country. Cloud ready to the country. If you are using any of our technology at the moment on-prem and you were always thinking, by the way, I would like to move this thing as a workload into cloud or maybe to benefit from the cloud in a better way, it's possible from now on. So what does it mean across the region? And let's include maybe the Middle East and Africa region to the same picture, but I've highlighted South Africa. Look, Google has announced to open a data center sooner or later. Maybe that is already going to happen next year, but maybe the year after, latest. So we are sitting already in the situation that we have Azure and AWS in country. So we can deploy our solution like that in any of these data centers. What does it mean like that? So it really means seriously that you can sign up for a cloud order form from OpenText. So then the sales guy might drive back to our office, we put it into the system, and the day later, we switch it on. Look, that makes a fundamental difference to the way how you can run your business, right? So if you want to be agile, if you want to be quicker, if the go-to-market needs to be quicker and all of that, I think cloud can be an answer. But cloud is not the only answer, yeah, to be serious. Because I think yesterday night I had as well with another CDO from a municipality the discussion, many government organizations, they cannot go entirely into the cloud. Yeah, so maybe some of the applications could be hosted in the cloud, but not necessarily all of them. So our strategy is clearly that we will continue to develop our portfolio on-prem and in cloud. And that is a commitment to all of you. So, what else? So I think, in general, what we want to bring to the market is a smart information management platform. Cloud and off-cloud. But what does smart really mean? So our CEO, and maybe some of you have already read that, has announced that we are announcing this quarter our entire portfolio here, which is already enriched by artificial intelligence, generative AI. So that means if you are at the moment a customer of us in the experience space, so I would assume that all the banks in South Africa are using our customer communication management tool. So that's already now enriched with generative AI, so that you can increase your productivity, to be quicker with whatever you want to communicate to your clients. So that's as well true for the DevOps. So that means in a DevOps environment, so if, I don't know, if you have missing use cases in all what you are developing and you are running late with your project, so generative AI can help you to go quicker, to run quicker in the development project, to generate these kind of test cases automatically in a way. So then item and content the same. And you will see today on stage one example of it. So, and let me maybe give you two examples of what that could mean in general. So, I mentioned already that everybody here in the room is, from my understanding, a software company, right? So we are all cybersecurity targets, in a way. So, and if you have, at the moment, a developer in your organization, he's doing something, how can you protect yourself as organization that he is not doing anything wrong? He could potentially, unintentionally, open a backdoor by coding, unintentionally. So how can you manage that? So we have technology which is basically plugged into your DevOps environment, and then this technology is taking care in the background that he is not opening unintentionally a threat. So otherwise he will get alerted, by the way, you should not code it in this way because that could potentially be a threat. So that is how it's going to work. Only one example. Another example is, and that is maybe the example we will see later here on stage, look, many of your customers are using already our customer services platform. We have all customers or citizens to serve. So everybody is trying to get a better customer service. Now imagine somewhere in the future that you could have a dialogue with this kind of platform. For instance, the government in South Africa decides, I want to bring to life a kind of artificial intelligence saying, let's call her Sarah. South Africa, whatever. Sarah. Then they can say, hey, Sarah, how can I apply for visa to go to Dubai? So then in a dialogue, Sarah will basically ask you some questions. Can you show me your passport? And then maybe at the end of the dialogue, you will get immediately a visa submitted. How amazing is that, right? So, or maybe to how to open a business in South Africa. Then this Sarah is guiding you through that process. That will entirely change the world and the way how we are dealing. And by the way, there is already research that if, for instance, this artificial intelligence avatar thing is talking your language and looks like you, so I don't know, so it is maybe an Asian, whatever, African, European, whatever. So then the people are getting connected to it. So at the end, it will make a difference to your life as company. And I think that's really amazing if we imagine what is going to happen in the next 10 years. That's why generative AI will change the world for all of us. So let me finish with a quote from Nelson Mandela, right? It's in our hands, what we are going to do and how we are going to make this world better. And I think, imagine, Nelson Mandela put that, and I think it's in our head. Everybody's at the moment discussing what generative AI, the bad thing of it. I think it's in our hand to do something good with it. Thanks.